Destiny Payton Williams is accused of forging her ex-husband's name on a utilities contract without his knowledge.
One thing about Huntsville, Alabama, Huntsville Crime Stoppers, Alabama, they gonna make sure they put you on Crime Stoppers. Child, y'all better go over there and check to make sure y'all not on there. I had to do a voiceover, okay? Because, baby, the hair is not herring today. It's just not. So y'all gonna hear this voice. Y'all gonna get this voice. But y'all know how I like to mind my business, a.k.a. being other people's shit. And Destiny Payton, she was on Love, Marriage, in Huntsville, which I like to call Love, Marriage, in Hunts Point. But, baby, she used to be on that show. She also used to own the beauty supply store Madani. I don't know if that store still stands or not, but let's really talk about it. Today she turned herself in. She was on Crime Stoppers, and like I said, one thing about Alabama, baby, they're going to put your Alabama Crime Stoppers Huntsville. They're going to put your ass on Crime Stoppers, okay? I'm not even from Alabama, and I need to go ahead and make sure my ass ain't on it. Let's talk about it. But she recently, she brought herself in this morning, and I really wanted to talk about it, though. She went in for forging her husband's signature. Now, we really don't know the details on what happened, so I'm not going to judge her so harshly. And yes, we know that shit happens, but I know that a lot of people are saying it was a utility bill that was only for a couple of $100. Then some people say it was for $100,000, and it was a utility bill that she put in his name for her shop. We still don't know the details, but we know that obviously her husband it wouldn't even be ratted out, but obviously her husband is behind this and orchestrated it. And I'm thinking perhaps he might have did it because whatever she did or did not do affected his credit. So he probably most likely pressed charges because he would be the one to be able to do that. No utility company, I can't even speak to y'all. No utility company will press charges for you, or even your credit karma and them. Yeah, they ain't pressing charges for you. You would have to do it yourself. Now, when I get ready to talk about this, I'm not necessarily talking about Destiny, but I'm saying when you are married, sometimes some couples a husband might say, "Hey, babe, sign my name. Sign my name on the dotted line for me. Open my mail for me." Or when you marry, you might say, "Hey, babe, I'm going to put this bill in my name," but then babe might go, "Hey, I'm going to pay it." We understand everybody's dynamic when they are married is different. Now, when you are divorced, or even when you are married and you turn, which I know this has happened to quite a few people, not to bring Mel in it, but we already know, as one example, we already know that she had to file for bankruptcy because Martell filed for bankruptcy just to protect her assets, just to protect her money so that she won't be responsible for his trifling behind. And I even know of people personally where the spouse was a child running up credit cards, putting things in their name, all because they had access to their social security number. So we know this to happen whether you're married or not. But doing this when you are divorced and running up the person's credit, I'm not saying she's doing this. Once again, we don't know the backstory, but I'm just saying I've seen it where a couple, they broke up and the person had to press charges. The person had to hold the other person accountable because their spouse or ex-spouse ruined their life, ruined their credit. Now, my question to y'all, because I like to reach out to y'all. Would you press charges on your baby daddy or your baby mama, your ex-wife or your ex-husband if you find out that they've been running all up and through your credit? Sliding up and down your credit card like it's a damn slip and slide. Opening stuff in your name, and now you break up. you break it off, and now you can't buy a house, you can't get an apartment, you can't drive, your license revoked, or whatever the case may be, or you can't even finance a car. Like, now you in the trenches. You understand what I'm saying? Now you got to start over. Now it's hard to raise your children or child because of your ex. Would you press charges and send your ex to jail? A lot of people might say yes. And for me, I guess it all depends. Now, I'm not saying that this is Destiny's situation. And sometimes people have to do what they have to do to survive. But it's a lot of things we should not do. Even though we in the trenches, we all have been there where we hit rock bottom, okay? But there's certain things that we should not be doing to people around us, just in general. Times are hard, like I get it, but it's certain things we should not be doing. Now, I don't know the story, but I know of situations like this or similar to this where it has happened to people. So my question to y'all is, would you press charges on the person? And me personally, it all depends on the amount, and it all depends now. They freezing up my account and holding me accountable, and you done ran my credit through the mud. I might have to, especially if we are divorced and you did that, especially if you didn't give me the heads up. Now, if I knew about it prior to the divorce and now I got to be held accountable, we going to have to sit down with Miss Judge Maybelline or Miss Judge Judy and figure that shit out. Because I don't know if I want to be responsible for that. But if it's in your name and they're supposed to be paying, and you get a divorce and they're no longer paying for it because it's in your name, you by law are still you're responsible for it. But once again, I don't know the particulars, but let's really talk about, let me play how she turned herself in.
Good morning, everybody. How y'all doing this morning? I am here at the Madison County Courthouse, about to turn myself in, and look who's always with me, my dad, my rider, always. I hate this for him more than anything. One thing through it all is I've learned that I'm one of God's strongest soldiers. And the battles are always given to us, as much as we don't want to. I'm ready. Poor daddy's stressed out. He's stressing me out too, but
You got your receipt?
I don't need that, but I got it. Hold on, y'all. Sorry about that. Y'all know I don't go live. Y'all know I don't do this. But I did today. Ready?
Now, I'm going to be honest with y'all. No cap and gown, no wig cap. No cap. I'm going to be honest with y'all. my heart sank a little bit, number one, because she does have a kid. What about her child? You know what I mean? Her dad that seems to always be in her corner with anything. You know, when she was on the show, I'm gonna be honest, I ain't really care for the girl. I ain't really care for her. Too tough. But in these moments, it did honestly break my heart. At least she's doing the right thing by turning herself in. She's not running. It doesn't appear right now at this moment that she's refusing to take accountability, because turning yourself in is somewhat taking accountability. You're not running. She didn't get on live. Does she have some explaining to do to us? No, but she got some explaining to do to the courthouse, to her ex, and to his side on Credit Karma. You really ain't really got to tell too much of us. It ain't our credit. We wasn't on Crime Stoppers. You ain't really got to explain nothing to us unless you want to. And if you want to, girl, I'm listening. But I do feel bad for her child. Y'all let me know, what would y'all do if your ex decided to press charges, or would you press charges? Do you feel like he did the right thing by pressing charges for forgery, even without knowing all the details? Do you feel like, damn it, that's my credit, and I'm pressing the charges? I'm hitting the button. I'm calling the peoples. I don't know. Like, share, subscribe, put the bell button on more notifications. And I just want to let y'all know in the comments section, this ain't got nothing to do with Mel. Mel did what she wanted to do to help Destiny out. And in that at that particular time, in that particular order, Destiny did, backstab her and was not being a good friend. But this has nothing to do with their friendship. This has nothing to do with Mel. This has nothing to do with her quote unquote karma and how she treated Mel. If this is accurate and she is indeed in the wrong, then she's responsible. And I hope, and it seems like she might do what she has to do to take responsibility. But I don't know. Y'all like, share, subscribe, put the bell button on for more notifications. See what, who, me, why. Thank you for watching. Bye.